Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. It's the post-game fan interactive show after Liverpool, yet again, for the fourth consecutive time, win 3-1, this time over Leicester City in the Carabao Cup. Straight away with a comment, our man Imran with the brilliant one of, I am man-crushing on Dom. Thank you so much for your comment there, Amy. Yeah, so am I. He is an absolute dream of a footballer, a dreamboat of a fella, and most importantly, he plays for the Reds, and that is exactly what you want. What an absolute thunderbolt of a goal by Dominik Szoboszlai. Only off the bench for a few minutes. Actually thought when he first came on, took him a couple of minutes, a couple of touches, wasn't going his way, things looked, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the strike of dreams, absolute thunderbolt. If you haven't seen it already, head on over. I'm sure there'll be highlights of it all over the internet. I think if you go to Paul Machen's Twitter account, he had a little tweet there of what his view of it from the main stand. It was an absolute glorious strike. More Al-Ago says, Endo turned up today. Thank you very much for your chat, mate. And he did. I thought Endo was brilliant. It was funny because I was in here with Errol and we were speaking about the game, obviously on the watch long and all that kind of stuff. And we were like, I thought Endo was brilliant. I went into the next room and the pair of Steves were like, oh yeah, they didn't seem as impressed with him as I was. Not that he was bad. I think they were not exactly thinking that he was as strong as we did, but again, it was just different perspective, I suppose. I thought he was magnificent. I don't think it's a surprise that every time they cleared the ball, Endo was in the right place to get it. It always seemed to go to him. He gets himself an assist for Szoboszlai's goal, which I'll be honest, is a bit of a mockery of the words assists. But I thought he was brilliant. I thought it was the best game by far for Liverpool. He showed his class again. That's the type of thing that you should do when you're a Liverpool player. You should be head and shoulders above Leicester City players, a championship team. And he certainly showed that. Lee says, Harvey Elliott, what a performance. I thought, to be honest, Harvey was a bit up and down. Some of his decision-making at times wasn't great. He gets about the pitch and he's always involved. But he really should, how he doesn't score at the end. If not for Cody, Liverpool could have scored 6 in this game. He blocked like 3 off the line. I thought Elliott was decent enough. Probably not as I wouldn't say he was one of my strongest performers, I think it's fair to say. Now, one of the ones who I did think had a very, 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 very good performance was Jarell Kwanzaa, and Edward says, Kwanzaa blew me away. I know, first of all, defensively, it was weird because Liverpool went 1-0 down very early on. A hint of offside, I don't know, maybe just not. It's hard to say, I haven't really seen a definitive angle, no VAR, of course. Hit with a sucker punch. But from the 87 minutes, Liverpool dominated the game, really. Kwanzaa didn't have loads to do, but when he did it well. There's one when he chases back towards the left-back position. Not only does he win the tackle, he actually wins the goal kick. And he celebrated, give himself a little fist bump. And then later on at the other end, he battles James Justin for the ball in like Leicester's left-back area. Wins it, runs down the line, strides into the box, almost like a right winger, finds Jota, who finishes beautifully with the little flick finish like we've seen, Darwin Núñez-esque against Real Madrid. I agree, Kwanzaa was excellent, he really was. That's a couple of games now where he's been very, very, very impressive. On the Uncensored Match build-up show, as it was announced that Gerrard was going to be playing this game, Steve Plunk said, though, he looks like the type of player who could save you 30, 40 million pounds down the line. I would be more than happy to see a bit more of Jarell Kwanzaa. He's going to have his ups and downs, all young defenders do. But I see the point. If he's fifth choice at centre-back right now, with a view to get better and grow into that role, he absolutely, we were all crying out for a left-sided centre-back all summer. Can Liverpool get themselves a left-sided centre-half? Maybe they've got one. Again, early days, I've seen him twice off the bench and 2 starts, but I've been very, 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 very impressed with him. So far, so good. Really, 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 really good performance from Jarell Kwanzaa. It's Crossbow with the Super Chat 199. Man City are out. The Carabao Cup is ours to lose. Don't get ahead of yourself too, mate. Yeah, there's still some very, very good sides in the competition still. And I think Everton are still in it as well. Not so much a good side. But we'll bring you the draw. I think the draw is about 1:15. So if we're still live then, we'll bring you some updates about it as well. So yeah. Listen, the favourites, Manchester City, will have been the favourites, of course. They've done well in this competition in years past, although, of course, not the last couple of years. But yeah, it's always a nice thing if they're not in it. They can't win the quad anyway. They can't go about. They were all talking about going one better than last year. Well, at least the worst they can do this year is the same again. Fucking hell, that's where we're at. Right then, over to the Discord comments then. You guys are wonderful Redmen Plus legends. I've been commenting. Let's have a little look where we're at. I'll go straight to the top then. I did ask everyone for their thoughts on, my goodness gracious me, you guys brought it in your droves. First of all, Timber Red, can we just send Leipzig some more money? Yeah, absolutely. Can we do that? He's a superstar, Dom Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai can do what he wants to me and I'll like it, says Abe. Okay, Abe, you be you, pal. I probably should have checked these before I started reading out online. Hardiest David, we owe Endo an apology. Some were writing him off after one game. Yeah, I thought Endo was magnificent. Castiet, the moral of the story, don't make Liverpool bleed their own blood because they will beat you 3-1. Yeah, stop scoring goals against us, you idiots. It just wakes us up. Second half FC come back every single time. Absolutely. Kieran says, I thought we were Connor Cody short of absolutely hammering them today. Everyone played well. Shout out Endo and Kwanzaa and Szoboszlai in particular. And who needs Tilly Gillimans when you've got Ryan Gravenberch? Yeah, shout out to Kieran there. Absolutely. I thought you're absolutely right. If we offer Connor Cody, Liverpool could have scored 6 or 7. He clears 2 off the line, I think. He has 1 header clear just as Cody Gakpo looked like he was going to nod one in. So yeah. Cash Lynn says Gravenberch is a baller, that's all. It was interesting because we didn't see too much of him in the first half in particular. I was saying I'd like to see Liverpool attack maybe more down his side, get a bit more out of Gravenberch. Early second half, obviously he's the one, his quick feet set up Cody Gakpo for the equaliser. Again, he's neat and tidy. I'd like to see a little bit more of him and getting involved in the game. Of course, everyone can't be involved. I do remember Jürgen's comment of he's good in small spaces, and he showed for that. What's the word? That assist. I was looking for the word. I couldn't think of assist. That he was shifty feet into Gakpo. Lovely turn, lovely finish. So yeah, you're absolutely right. He looks like he could be a baller. Tracy says every game we're getting closer to back to being us. I think we're nearly there, Trace, to be honest with you. I think we're close. Like I say, you'd like to keep the back door closed and stop conceding these stupid goals, of course. But Liverpool look like Liverpool again. That's the best way you can say it. Dominant performance, really, even by a reserve side. We saw that in the League Cup runs a couple of years ago when lads stepped up and performed in rotation sides. So I think it's a good point. Who else have we got? Mr. Prash. I'm not at all disappointed with any of our signings this season so far. The Reds look like we mean business. Yeah, listen, in this game, obviously, it was Endo and it was Gravenberch. I've sung the praise of Endo. I thought he was magnificent. Gravenberch looked good. Obviously, Szoboszlai is the signing of dreams. That fella was like delivered on a marble plate from the gods. He is just absolutely out of this world. And even in a game that he doesn't start, he rocks off the bench and rocks the net. And somehow the goal didn't fall over, considering how hard he hit that. And Alexis McAllister's been really, really good too. So yeah, so far so good for Liverpool summer signings. I'd like to see a little bit more Gravenberch. I think he can impact these games more, but he is still finding his feet. You got to remember, him and Endo arrived much later in the window than the other two. Gakpo, when he arrived in January, took a little bit of time to settle, remember a few games, and then got up to speed. Maybe we see the same from Dominik Szoboszlai. Sorry, from Ryan Gravenberch. Whereas McAllister and Szoboszlai were in from day one, had a full pre-season. Endo and Gravenberch probably need to be a little bit far away, but the signs, the shoots there that give you a lot of confidence going forwards. Right then, next up, Esther Bede. Come on, Liverpool. It's on there. Don't worry about that one. You can come away from that, Frank. There we go. Leave it on me. I'm the money man. Keep it on me. Keep it on me. We've got Esther Bede. Come on, Liverpool. Absolute 3-1 merchants. Yeah, the Reds are absolute 3-1 merchants. Listen, if they want to win every game 3-1, I'll take it. Let's have a little look. David Kelly with a very good point actually as well. The best part of this season is that we no longer have to worry about going a goal down. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a panic, does it, Dave, when the Reds concede. When they conceded today, it was like, oh shit, how are we going to get through this? It was like, all right, well, we're going to win this 3-1 again. So you're absolutely right. The lads, there's firepower. At one point, Liverpool had Nunes up front, Elliott on the right, Jota on the left, and then Gakpo and Dom Szoboszlai in midfield. There is serious firepower in this Liverpool squad and team. So you're right. You're always impressed and think that he can bring it back. Lou Caranda, I really wanted to see Ben Doak score. He actually, if you're being really harsh, I think he should have scored. I know he hits the post and he's a bit unlucky. I think he should just make sure that goes in. he just wellies it and kind of hit and hope. I think a little bit more composure, but there's certainly lots of positives from Dominik Szoboszlai. From Ben Doak in that he had the beating of his man all day. From naught to getting going, he's really, really quick, which is excellent. Like stop-start ability. There's more to come. He'll be well. Keep playing him in these games. Keep playing him in the Europa League. There's more to come. He needs to calm down a little bit at times, but he's a young lad and he's very, very exciting. There's more to come from Ben Doak, but yeah, it would have been nice if he could have scored. Football Factory. That was Enzo's best match for us so far. He was immense. I agree. I thought he was really, really, really good. Right place, right time. The stats suggest that as well. I saw a stat actually before on the old Twitter, and I'm going to see if I can bring it up now. Actually, I think it was by mobile. Let me just see if I can find it and bring that one up. Hopefully, I can do that. Where is it? Did I find it? Here we go. Can you bring this one up for me, please, Frank, if you don't mind? I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. Wataru Endo versus Leicester City. Shout out to Moby for this one. 90 mins. 1 assist, 2 chances created, 3 passes into the final third, 90% pass accuracy, 5 out of 5 long balls, accurate long balls, 4 interceptions, 3 out of 9 ground duels, 3 out of 4 aerial duels, and 13 ball recoveries. Fantastic performance, more to come. You're right, Moby, I agree. He was excellent. The stats point out what you saw, what was the eye test, going back to the shout by Football Factory as well. He did pass the eye test. He was magnificent. He was, like you say, he was immense. More, I'll go. Legendo. Is that Legendo? Legendo? Let's go Legendo. Legendo. Patrick goes back to Ben Doak. He should have had a pen. You're right, I didn't mention that. Ben Doak should have won a penalty. How that wasn't given, he was absolutely chopped down. That referee was a bit crap, wasn't he? You're absolutely right to reference that. I should have mentioned that myself. Let's have a little look. Kenny over in the Discord, Endo and Kwanzaa were boss. And Tracy with a very good point again. Endo is the embodiment of in Klopp we trust. What's that say? JK told us when he came in. Yeah, he did, you're right. Klopp told us, trust this guy, he can play. He certainly can. He was more than up to the challenge today. Speaking of the Twitter, we put out a tweet at full time asking for some thoughts on the game. Got a couple here. First of all, from Faye, who just said the Reds were dominant, and yes, they absolutely were. They were dominant. And then Kev 8 LFC. The lads were really full of fire and gave their all. It was really enjoyable. Endo was the man of the match. Yeah, he absolutely was. And more, I'll go, yeah. Legend Endo. Let's go with that one. Okay, we'll go with Legend Endo. Couple more tweets. The Americans Abroad podcast. Enzo took a step forward tonight. How in the world did Elliott not score one of those? Yeah, he'll be gutted, Elliott. Szoboszlai is absolute class. He is a world-class midfielder. He does... It's early days and you don't really want to start blowing smoke too much, but it does feel like Liverpool have got another absolute superstar signing. I felt this way early doors. You could tell when we signed a few players, you're going straight away, they passed the eye test and you just got it. Obviously, you think back to loads like Salah, you saw it straight away. You saw it with Mane, you saw it with Jota, I thought straight away, he was scoring goals for fun. You see it with Van Dijk, you see it with Alisson, and you can see it, I think, with Szoboszlai. Like, he looks like he can reach that world-class level. Whether he's there or not yet, maybe he's maybe a little bit more to prove. It's a relatively short sample size, but he's got all the hallmarks of a great Liverpool player, and hopefully if he can carry on in this form, he will be a great Liverpool player. Of that, there is no doubt. It's a good point from Dan. It should have been 6 or 7. Good performance into the next round. Minutes in the legs, everyone's looking fresh. I agree with all that. And if not for Conor Cody, it might have been 6 or 7. It'll be interesting to see who's in the first 11 moving forward. There's 14 or 15 of them are all deserving, and all the front 5 are scoring and on form. What a problem to have. Absolutely brilliant point that is from Dan. I think it's a really, really good tweet, and I'm glad you sent it, my mate. You're right. Everyone is pushing for places now. There are some players who should be guaranteed starts, but what it is if you don't play, there's someone ready to take your spot, and I'd include Kwanzaa in that at the back. You know, if Van Dijk, Konate, Matip, Gomez, be on your toes, because this kid's pushing for a place. He absolutely is. You look at up front, if it's not going to be Gakpo and Jota, you've got Diaz, Salah and Nunez. The only one who's going to play every game is Salah, and there's more lads knocking on the door. Endo hasn't really played too much as a 6 in the Premier League yet. He's certainly shown today that he might be capable of doing that, which might be a little bit more on Alexis McAllister's toes. Curtis Jones playing at right back. Well, if he wants to get back up in the attacking positions again, well, Gravenberch was good. Absolutely. Szoboszlai, again, good. Elliott, decent. So you're absolutely right. There's loads of lads just knocking on the door. And usually, midweek games can be a bit of a problem. I think this time it's a real positive. Keep these lads taking over. Get them playing a game a week. Just because it's not every Saturday or every Sunday. Get them playing every Wednesday or Thursday. Keep them taking over. So that when Jürgen does want to introduce them into the first team proper, for lack of a better word, his best 11, to say his best games, he's got lads fit and firing to go. We're getting towards Christmas time. Winter's coming and there'll be like 3 or 4 games in like 15 days or whatever. And he's going to have to use his squad. Keep these lads ticking over. Let's have a little look. Great performance tonight, says Ollie. A whole squad were on point. Endo shows what he can do. We love a 3-1 win, and there were 3 class goals. They were excellent goals. I haven't spoke too much about Gakpo's turn and finish, which was brilliant. I mentioned before, Szoboszlai with an absolute thunderbolt. And Jota, almost Jota-esque really, that he frustrated at times. He missed a big chance early in the first half when it kind of went through his legs. But when he needed them, there he was, stepping up, bang, goal, great finish. Delicate finish, really, really good. Let's move on to another one. Let's have a little look. We've got Jota and Choudhury having a go at each other just for Jota to go through 30 seconds later. It was majestic. It was funny because before the game, I did mention Choudhury. I remember him going through, was it Mo Salah when he was a really bad challenge at the time? And I was saying, I wonder who we've got on the pitch who's a bit gnarly, who could have a go at him. And to be fair to Edley, he was like, well, Jota's the most needle of those players. And sure enough, right at the end of the game, Jota is there, giving it to Bifter, and he does. He leaves one on him as well. Fair play. Jota's got that about him. He's a nice little kid. He looks young, nice, almost angelic face. He's got a bit about him as well. Like he takes no shit. He'll talk your talk, but he makes sure you walk the walk as well. And Jota does. He's absolutely fine doing that. I'm going to head over to the Discord. We've got LFC Mav. Shout out to LFC Mav, one of our loyal legends as well. Hope you and your son are well, my friend. Says Captain Curtis, playing in the new number 6, was superb. Quality ball potential and good decisions. He's becoming a must-play kind of guy up the Reds. Yeah, and on Curtis, that was the surprise, wasn't it, when the team news was announced? It was like, Curtis Jones is right back. Okay, let's have a little look how he goes. And for the most part, he did well. Obviously, to be honest, he didn't have too much defending to do. He was more midfield than he was right back, which of course will suit him. A couple of times he had to go and defend in the right back area and was more than willing. But an interesting decision. I wonder what the thinking was playing him there. Was it, obviously Trent's got the injury issue and he's working his way back. Probably wanted to rest Gomez. Maybe he didn't think Pachetic had it in his legs to play. Maybe the fitness staff, obviously he's coming back from a long-term injury. Well, maybe it was that. But yeah, it was an interesting decision, and he's decent enough. He did well, and yeah, good performance from Liverpool's captain. And yeah, first of all, what an honour again. I know Curtis Jones captained. I think he captained that team against Shrewsbury a long time ago. Remember when Liverpool had a very, very inexperienced team out, but this time around, captain of some, he just captained Jota, he just captained Gakpo, he just captained Konate, he captained Tsimikas, he's captain Endo, who is himself an international captain. So fair play to Curtis. What a very proud moment for him and his family. Great to see a young Scouse lad doing well. It brings a smile to my face. Yeah, absolute honour. We saw Trent captain Liverpool at Anfield. Now we've seen Curtis Jones captain Liverpool. 2 lads living their absolute dream, but it isn't just a dream because they've worked their nuts off to get where they are and continue to do so. And I'm very, very proud and happy for both of them. Quad bod, we were probably too keen and aggressive for the first 5 minutes, but for the remaining 85 minutes, we absolutely battered them. And if not for God and the Saints and some kind of Leicester sacrificial ritual, it could have been 10-1. Endo was quietly great. Szoboszlai generational. And Darwin was born from Pandora's box. If that's our backups, then we've got nothing to worry about. Yeah, Liverpool's strength in depth really did shine out. I think that's fair to say. I'm going to keep my eye out because I'm led to believe this draw is underway very, very shortly. Just keeping an eye out on it, and we'll react to as and when Liverpool do get pulled out of the hat and see who they get. In the meantime, I'll go back to the Twitter comments again. Cameron Doyle says Harvey needs to be more clinical, and yet you need to bet more on 3-1. There was one where Jota, I think it was, fed in Harvey, and he probably should have scored. I think he's unlucky at the end. I think Connor Cody just right place, right time. But yeah, there were goals in there for Harvey today, and he'll be quite disappointed he never got one. By the end, he was almost looking to the skies like, I can't believe I haven't scored. He probably, that's the one criticism Elliott sometimes gets, is the numbers there. not quite yet. And you're right, he probably should have scored more. I thought he was decent overall, but you are right, a little bit more clinical nature would have been good. Let's have a little look. Charlie Core says, Szoboszlai is different gravy. Yeah, he is. Gravenberch's okay for a lad who's barely had any minutes in a year. And that's kind of where I'm at with Gravenberch, is that he still looks very rusty, but there are moments when you see his quality on the ball. I still think he's struggling to impose himself on games and get himself involved as much as you'd like. But there are times when he just gets the ball in a bit of space, or the opposite, in tight areas, and he just shows that little bit of quality. And it's there for him. He looks like one that's going to need a few weeks, months even, because he hasn't played for so long. He's not only new to Liverpool, he's been sat for the most part on Bayern Munich's bench. It's going to take him a little while to get up to it, but he certainly looks like he's got the quality for it. I still think he looks, boxing terms, he looks a little bit ring rusty. He hasn't been in fights for a long time. I still think you see a little bit of that about it as well. But you are right, there are numerous bits of quality. Let's have a little look. Since Nunes came off the bench, the whole squad gets a lift off the pressure from Leicester. And like I said, he's the kind of player who dies for the club. His determination reminds me of Dirk Kuyt. He runs his nuts off, doesn't he? And he's very likeable. I think he's better in front of goal. And I would shout out to Dirk Kuyt, who scored a lot of Liverpool goals. But yeah, I see your point. He is like people smile. People seem to gravitate when Nunes is on the pitch or getting himself on the pitch. Or he does bring a smile to faces. You are right. He was good. I always like when he gets off the bench. I think he's a very, very good player. Yeah, let's have a little look. I'll go back to the Discord as well. Howie in Los Angeles says, it was one of our best pressing matches forever. The work rate all the way to the end was glorious. And Szoboszlai, wow. I agree. Leicester, I don't know if it's a positive or negative from them that they stuck true to their guns and they try and play out. But it felt like Liverpool kept catching them. Leicester they struggled to get any of the ball really, and when they did have it, Liverpool kept taking it off them, which was, yeah, so yeah, right, I did think we pressed very well. I've got some stats here that I can bring up for you in terms of possession. I was interested because it felt more than 58-42 seems quite, I thought Liverpool had the ball more than that, but if you look if you go down to Liverpool's pass accuracy was better, and in general, we played way more passes. I felt like Liverpool kept taking the ball off Leicester all the time. And the stats kind of bear that out. Liverpool had 10 shots on target. I mean, on another day, the XG was mental. Like, Conor Cody, fair play. He is a big Evertonian Haydock Wool. But as big Evertonian turncoat Haydock Wolves go, he's up there with the best. But in terms of frustrating Liverpool, a couple of chances off the line. Like, if it wasn't for him on another day, and obviously balls bouncing on the line and getting cleared, 3-1 flattered Leicester, I think it's fair to say, it could have been well more. He was, if not for Conor Cody, it could have been a cricket score. That is for certain. Let's have a little look. Moving on, let's have a little couple more comments in the Discord. I don't want to in the Discord. I don't want to make sure I don't want to shortchange anyone and miss anyone out. Let's have a little look who we've got. Barry Kay hoping that Liverpool might be getting Newcastle in the cup. Yeah, we'll find out about the draw later. I'm still waiting for that. I thought it was now. I don't know what's happening. These things always tend to drag on, don't they? If anyone in the Discord is watching along and let me know where that draw's up to, feel free, because yeah, it seems to be taking a while, doesn't it? Nice little meme that I want to bring this one up from Faye. He's ours, and frankly, he's home. Everyone has got Dominik Szoboszlai on the brain. Yeah, there was a few comments in the Discord as the goal went in as well about Dominik Szoboszlai, and I think one of our female legends did say she'd sell the kids and husband for him. And listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. Let's put it that way. He was sent from the gods. Was our Dom. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The Scout Times, let's just win every game 3-1 for the rest of the season. Yeah, and why not? Absolutely, why not? It does show, going back to it, the goal was sloppy. For Liverpool to concede. They got done on a counter, not brilliant from it. A couple of things didn't go their way. Like I say, I'm not sure if Tim McAteer was fouled. The replays for me were inconclusive, and therefore, if they are, you tend not to get them. He probably could have been a bit better and a bit stronger there. Jones playing effectively a centre half was out the game. Touch you offside maybe, but not. So it wasn't a great goal to concede. But again, go back to it. And when you got the firepower we have, goals are there for you. And if they keep scoring like this, then things are going to be really, really good. And Pastor Nom says, some cried about Colwell and blamed FSG for not buying him, but we had Kwanzaa all along, trust the process. Yeah, listen, if we had signed a centre-back and he was playing as well as Jarell Kwanzaa is now, we'd have all been delighted. Early days, of course, but it's a good point. When Jürgen likes picking young players, and he's put his trust in young players, and he's been rewarded. He's been rewarded by another one, and Kwanzaa, he was absolutely fantastic. Let's have a little look. We've got a message here from Ben Jones, one of our members. Thanks, Ben. Absolutely brilliant. 3-1. And as well as what we have signed in Szoboszlai, he is a special talent. I think he is genuinely the Gerrard regen. And what a hit. He couldn't have hit that harder. And then a lot of emojis you've got there. It's a rocket of a ball. It's a sweating sign. It's a Union Jack for some reason. Fire. Yeah, all of it. Like, Steven Gerrard's the best player I've ever seen play for Liverpool and one of the best players I've ever seen, full stop. But if Liverpool have got someone who's even as close to it and is wearing that number 8 shirt, it's a Gerrard goal. Let's put it that way. It's a very, very Gerrard goal. Ben says, yeah, he is absolutely insane. He's a superstar. It was Gerrard-esque. I would say that. It's fair to say. Right then, let me have a little look where we're up to, because I was trying to be live for the draw. It's meant to be now. Has anyone seen any? Are they just messing about or something on the telly like they always do? Here's what it is. We'll crack on. We had a super chat there from Mr. Chick Flick, but unfortunately, I didn't see a message there, mate. So if you want to send your message over, feel free, and we'll read that out for you as well. It's one of those games. Let's have a little look. Richard G is asking, is there a live show for the draw in this good? Well, I'm on the live show now. Get on the watch along. Come over. Someone tell him. I'll stay live here throughout the draw. If I just have to carry on chatting for a bit, then I'll definitely do it. Liam Bento in the Discord again says, scariest thing about Liverpool is that due to early season selection choices, injuries and suspensions, we probably haven't fielded our best 11 yet. I imagine when that happens and it all clicks. Yeah, I do wonder if it's the Champions League final tomorrow, what Jürgen would say is his best 11. I think I've got a feeling Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Alexander-Arnold, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Jones, Nunez, Salah, Diaz. I think that's what Jürgen would say is his best 11. But you're right, we haven't seen too much of that, if any, yet, because of injuries, suspensions, etc., rotation. I think that will be what Jürgen would say is his best team. And you're right, if that team gets on the pitch and it's fit and it's firing, yeah, there might be more to come. Ben Jones, going back to Szoboszlai, do you think it's justified our hype of Dom, or do you think he were getting carried away? No, I think it's justified. He's been brilliant. He's been as good as any sign Liverpool have made. As a start to a career goes, that he's up there with all of them. We've had some really, 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 really good debutants who've gone on from strength to strength and just played well throughout. 7 games in, Salah did it. Obviously, Salah straight away, we were like, wow, this guy's on another planet. I actually remember Jota, I thought the same. I was like, oh my God, what have we signed here? This guy's unbelievable. He's on a different planet. And I'm feeling that way with Szoboszlai as well. He certainly feels like he's got himself into a position where he's being spoken about as such a good player. I don't think we're getting carried away at all. He's given us reason. Let's put it that way. He's given us reason to get carried away. It's not like we're searching for answers, going, oh well, he does this well, but it'll settle. It'll take time. He's just walked in and gone bang straight away, and that's hard to do. It's always great when you can do that. So fair play to him for getting that. Still waiting for this bloody draw, by the way. Liverpool, I've been told, are in the pot. Liverpool are number 15. Still waiting for the draw, so we'll find out as and when it comes. Who's left in it then? Who's left in the pot? I can bring this up, thanks to Tracy. Oh my God, sorry. Let me just zoom in on that, I think if I can. There we go. So Burnley are through, Exeter are through, Ipswich, Man United, Mansfield, Middlesbrough, Port Vale. I think I'm right in saying it was Bournemouth, Villa, Blackburn, Arsenal, Chelsea got through, I think. Fulham, West Ham, us. And I think there's one more there at the bottom. And then Newcastle. I know Man City went out, so yeah, that is the draw. That'll be happening soon enough. I'm just going to hang around and wait for it, to be honest with you guys. If you want to get any comments, thoughts, post that kind of stuff, get yourselves involved for that one. I will hang around for this draw, as and when it does indeed happen. Sorry, did I say Villa? Everton got through. It was Everton who got through, wasn't it? I said Villa. Sorry, it was Everton. Just frozen shit, maybe. Issa, based on what I've seen so far, are we title contenders or is it early to tell? It's early to tell because about the bar that Man City have set. I think after the next 2 games will tell us a lot. If Liverpool can get 6 points, then the answer's got to be yes. If they get 4 points, it's probably yes. 3, you're like, 2, you know. So it depends. Tottenham away, Brighton away are big challenges, but we've certainly we're certainly very, very good. A very, very good team. Let's put it that way. City's bar is set so high, of course, but we look really, really good. I think we were good about Bellingham, but I think Szoboszlai is technically better and has a better shot and is better at free kicks as well, says Ben. Ben, you are loving Dom Szoboszlai, aren't you? Fair play to you. Absolutely fair play. He's yeah, listen, Bellingham's brilliant, and we'd have all, who wouldn't have wanted Jude Bellingham, every single person in the world. Look what he's doing in Spain. But Szoboszlai, he's softening the blow. He's softened the blow, let's put it that way. I think that's fair to say. We'll keep an eye out on. By the way, I'm still keeping an eye out on this draw. I'll see if we've got any more comments over on the game from the old Twitter. Who have I got over in the Twitter? You've got to be careful. I can't bring Twitter up until I have to do a bit more vetting on the Twitter, because I know some people are it can be a little bit silly. Paul says, it's great to see us play with energy and enjoyment again. It makes such a difference. That is 100% right. There was a lot wrong with last year. Absolutely tons wrong with last year, wasn't there, Paul? But the lack of physicality, lack of legs in midfield, you know, with Liverpool trotting out Fabinho, who looked short. Henderson looked short. Milner, bless him, short. Thiago, always injured. It did feel like Liverpool were, in a lot of areas, struggling to have pace in their team. It didn't feel great. This side, that you are right, energy and dynamism and on the front foot and a smile on the face, and the manager's got a smile on his face, and he's wearing purple and he looks magnificent, and everything seems right in the world. But you're right, the energy is spot on. Absolutely spot on, you're right. Let's have a little look at who else we've got over on the Twitter. Let's have a little look. We've got Greg, who just says he's just boss la. And then picks up, concede first FC. Not always. We didn't concede first against West Ham. Concede always and win 3-1 FC. Maybe with that. But yeah, we're as Liverpool Red says, up to 3-1s. Let's have a little look. Rants and rambles. Let's go and get Joe Bellingham in case he turns out to be world class. He's at Sunderland. He's doing all right for himself there. But yeah, maybe we get the next one up. I'm still waiting for this draw. Is it happening or what? Anyone got any clue where we're at with this blooming draw? Let me have a little bit of a refresh, see if I can find it. Here we go. It's underway, apparently. That's good. There we go. Keep my eye on it for you. Nah, don't worry about bringing that up, Frank. I was bringing the Echoes Live blog up. See if we can get through things. Just hang them fire. Shouldn't be long. These things, they tend to take ages, don't they? So we'll keep an eye out for it somewhere along the way. Let's have a little look. Liam Bento, speaking of the draw, I wouldn't mind either United or Newcastle in the next round. This Liverpool team has me feeling that confident. Bring anyone on. But it is what it is. It's the League Cup. Give it a go and see what happens. Home draw, ideally, would be I would like Liverpool to be at home again. But yeah, listen, let's bring it on. Whatever we get, we get. Bruce, Szoboszlai's boss, up the effing Reds. Yeah, you're not wrong. He is boss. You can't complain. You can't say otherwise than that. Right then, still waiting for more updates on this draw, which, oh my God, they just take so long, these things, don't they? They're just like, they're never fast. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Mansfield v Port Vale, has that come out at a hat, has it? All right, but that's a big tie. Good luck. Fair play to them. At least one of them are going to find themselves through to the next round. So good luck to Mansfield and Port Vale. Looks like that's the first one. So Liverpool aren't going to get either of those two. I'm trusting the Discord here, who are letting me know these things are happening at time of recording. But yeah, that's I'd have had either of those at home. That would have been a nice draw for the Reds, wouldn't it? So they're both out. We're not going to get Ipswich either, and we're not going to get Fulham because they're both out. So that's the second tie out. So we're still waiting. Ipswich, Fulham. I'd have had either of those at home as well. So it's not those two. Who's next up for the Reds? Then let's have a little look at what's going on. Let's find out where we're at. We're still waiting. Man U v Newcastle is out. Okay. So that could be good for Liverpool. If Liverpool's term is... don't worry about that. Leave it on me, Frank. It's fine. Stay on me. If we're still waiting for the Reds to get a decent enough draw, if Man United and Newcastle is ones that isn't on it, then I'm all right for it. But yeah, get one of those two out of the team. Keep an eye out on who's next out the pot then. Bournemouth. There we go. Liverpool are getting Bournemouth away in the league. That's a fucking mission away, that. Gee whiz, that's a long way away. Liverpool drawn away to Bournemouth. There you go. Then over on Twitter, a few different people confirm. So there you go. There is the reaction. Let me know your thoughts on that draw. Then come back to me, Frank. Just says Bournemouth. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know in the Discord or in the members chat. What are your thoughts on Bournemouth? Barry K. It's a horrible draw for a Wednesday night. It's a horrible draw for the. It's a long old way, isn't it? Howdy, it's David. Bournemouth are bad though, so we'll take that. Yeah, Chloe will be made up, says Quad, but that's a long way. Bournemouth on a Wednesday night, that is as far as you can get. That is a long, long, long trip for somebody to get. Elsewhere, Blackburn have been drawn away at Chelsea. West Ham v Arsenal. Again, two more good teams drawn against each other. Bournemouth v Liverpool, says Michael. Not too bad. The Hornets are pain, but could be weird. Does that mean travel, maybe? I think you mean the travel of it. But yeah, that's a long old way. I mean, as fans go, that isn't a good one, is it? But there we go then. I'll start wrapping that one up there so I can start getting my focus back on the game. I'll be back very, very shortly over on the YouTube with the player rankings show. So come over and check that one out. Thank you. That was an extended chat through Liverpool 3, Leicester 1, and of course through the draw as well. Liverpool got Bournemouth away. Liverpool should be Bournemouth, but that is a mission. The travel is going to be a long old way. Yeah, but yeah, one of Man United and Newcastle are going out, one of West Ham and Arsenal are going out. The draw could be open enough for the Reds if they can dispatch Bournemouth away. Thank you so much for watching the show. Come and join me on the Player Ranking Show. I'll see you all soon.
Thank you so very, very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews, and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com today.